How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we have a lot to talk about, from Bitcoin and Cardano to stocks to macroeconomic news. I want to cover a lot. If you don't mind hitting the like button and especially the subscribe button so you can see future videos, I really do appreciate that. It helps out the channel. I will talk about cryptos and stocks I'm buying more in the future as well. So if you want to get that information, definitely hit the subscribe button. And then I'm not a sponsor for this by any means. I just started reading this book though. I got it for free at the Bitcoin conference and it's really good. If you haven't already read it, I would highly suggest it. It talks the majority of the stories from 2012 to 2014, but it hits on a lot of important topics in Bitcoin, from cryptocurrency adoption to self-storage to a lot of the pains that happened back in 2012 to 2014. They're very similar to what we have today, and it's a really good story. If you haven't already checked it out, I highly suggest it. Now, it makes me remember too how far we've come. It used to be very hard to get your hands on cryptocurrency. Now it's just getting easier and easier. You have to go set up an account somewhere, you fund it with a bank account, and then boom, yeah, you can buy crypto. Now it just continues to get easier, even like with Fidelity announcing that they're going to add cryptocurrency to retirement accounts. Whenever this happens, the price of Bitcoin goes up, the price of cryptocurrencies go up, and that's just something important to remember. But this book also hits on a lot of the technology behind Bitcoin and what actually gives it value. It's not just that it's going to go up forever, the price is going to go up forever that gives it value. There's an underlying technology and use case that makes it very, very useful. So if you want me to do a video just on the use cases of Bitcoin and why it is so important and so valuable, I can do that. Just let me know in the comment section. And I know so many people are cautious about buying cryptocurrency on exchanges. I do have a partner, Bitget, though, and they just announced a $200 million protection fund. I think it's important to remember that you do need somewhere to buy cryptocurrency, and if you're a trader, you can get some pretty sweet rewards, and Bitget is a good place to go trade. You can copy trade on there as well. I did a full video on it, which I'll link on the end screen, but there's also a link to them underneath the video, and you can get some sweet sign-up bonuses as well when you start depositing. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Now, Bitcoin fear and greed is at 42, right? We're in fear. We're almost out of fear. We're almost to greed at 24,000, and I thought that was really interesting because of the fact that just about 8 months ago, January 7, we were at, well, actually that was about 7 months ago, we were at 42,000 and we were at extreme fear. So the fact is, everything is relative. If you think that we are getting too overheated now, just remember, we were in extreme fear. Everyone was scared at 42,000 7 months ago. So it's probably still a good time to be buying, in my opinion. Now, I could always be wrong, but we also had a close above the 200-week moving average. This is typically very bullish. You can see back here, back in 2020, we quickly dipped below it, then raced above it, and then soon doubled and tripled and quadrupled. From there, you can see back in 2018, we also dipped below the 200-week, and then we went sideways for a while, took a little bit of time, and then we raced up and continued to race up and doubled. Back in 2015, we did something very similar as well, right? We went below the 200-week, went sideways for a couple months, a little bit green, and then we doubled. So typically in the past, we have doubled within about 6 months of when we came out of being below the 200-week moving average. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily that will happen, but it wouldn't surprise me, especially with the Bitcoin halving coming up and a lot of big investors knowing that typically we race up around that time. The fact is, a lot of people try to front run that. We already are seeing a change in the stock market and a change in macroeconomic data that's coming in. So I would not be surprised if we did see a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 Bitcoin early next year, mid next year. So be on the lookout for that. This has typically been a great time to buy, and hopefully you are able to do so. We also see large institutions are buying. Now, this CoinShares report is from last week. They haven't updated, but you can see the last month we've seen inflows, one really significant inflow, especially into Bitcoin. Now, we do have inflation data coming here soon. In just 9 days, we will see if we are actually coming down in inflation. This is where a lot of investors think we will start to see inflation data coming down from 9.1% because energy was such a big component of the last print. We had energy get extremely expensive, gas get extremely expensive, but we're starting to see that come down. We do have an OPEC meeting as well this week on August 3. So just 2 days from now, and they're considering increasing production as well. So we already are seeing gasoline come down in price. hopefully we start to see inflation come down as well. We also are seeing that some of the Fed rate hikes are really starting to take effect, even in housing, which is a very hot market, as we all know. We saw the biggest cool down in housing data coming this month, with the annual rate of price appreciation falling 2 percentage points from 19.3 to 17.3. So still very expensive, but the fact is we're starting to see more of a balance between supply and demand, especially with home mortgage prices going up. It has cooled down some people from wanting to buy. We even had Elon Musk say recently as well that they're starting to see the material costs go down for their new vehicles. Now, Tesla's up 2% here today. It was up 4% earlier. Over the last 1 month, it is up about 33%. So it has been racing up. I've been buying this all year. You can actually go through my Patreon. If you're a member or not, you can start becoming a member underneath the video. But I've been talking about Tesla and buying the dip on Tesla, buying every single week for 8 months now. So I've been buying really significantly. It's my largest position, up 33% in the last month. A lot of people just think that the worst is behind them with the Shanghai shutdowns, with production now increasing in a couple of their facilities, with prices going down, and with a large new tax credit possibly on the way. So if you want to check out the Patreon, I'll put it underneath the video as well. You can check it out. I've been very strongly opinioned about my Tesla stake in buying more and more Tesla. Then the last thing I want to talk about is Cardano's hard fork. It was delayed for several more weeks as ADA sees green week. So they've actually jumped up about 30%, 32% from the 7-day low of 41 cents, but they are pushing back this a couple weeks just to make sure that everything's smooth and that there's a good transition into the new hard fork that's supposed to help them scale up transactions a lot better. Now, a lot of people see that as a negative thing. A lot of people were excited for the hard fork, but the fact is it's better that these get rolled out smoothly and that everything works properly than it rolls out fast, because if it rolls out and it's just a bad hard fork, or it's just it's not smooth, it doesn't work well, the fact is the price will plummet. So it's better just that they fix everything ahead of time. It is frustrating as an investor when it keeps on being pushed back, because I believe it was supposed to be end of June, but the fact is it's been pushed back several times. That's similar to what's happened with Ethereum, but again, it's better that it gets fixed ahead of time than them trying to fix all these different issues, make people whole, lose a lot of money, spend a lot of time trying to fix things if they just push out too quickly. And Cardano, I wouldn't expect anything less, because they are supposed to be peer reviewed, very careful, which in this kind of market is probably a positive. So overall, the crypto market's looking pretty good. Bitcoin's up at 23.4. It was around 24.5, 24.6 just over the weekend. We have Ethereum around 1700 again, BNB around 290, Cardano at 51 cents, Solana at 43, Polygon at 93. So a lot of these cryptos are looking good, especially off their lows, up 30, 40, 50, 80, 100%, 200% from their lows, even some of the top 20 cryptos. And definitely check out the links underneath the video to Bitget and then also to the Patreon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And go check out this book. Thanks. Bye.